What up, baby? It's your boy, the ATX Sooner, back with another video. And hey, man, we talking about the Ole Miss game. Uh, Nothing good, man. So my mama told me if I don't got nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. So I really shouldn't be talking about this game right now. I ain't gonna lie. But couple things, just a couple key points, man. So we've been talking if you've been with me all last week, we've been talking all last week about Oklahoma's identity, Oklahoma's DNA, what Oklahoma's DNA has always been, and what's always worked for Oklahoma. And say it with me: run the damn ball, right? Like that's something that I thought we all had understood. I thought that it was clear as day. I thought that that was something that was pretty obvious. I mean, hell, you're a Brent Venables coach team. BV's been in this organization for who knows how long. So if anybody should know what the DNA of Oklahoma is, you would think that it is one Brent Venables. Being that Brent Venables has been here for such a long time and being somebody that should understand what the DNA of Oklahoma is, you would think that you would get that understood with your offensive coordinator. Hey, we run the ball here. Obviously, we knew when we got Ben Arbuckle in, he was going to have a very pass-friendly offense. But one thing that they sold everybody on was, hey, he ran the ball 55% of the time. He only threw the ball 45% of the time. He ran it more than he threw it. And you would think that that would carry over, especially whenever you have a offensive coordinator who sit there and tells you, hey, man, if the guy is hot, we're going to feed him. He's hot. Let's feed him. So, of course, you got a hot running back this game. You got a Xavier Robinson going for 9 carries, 2 touchdowns, over 100 yards. Yes, in 9 carries. But only 9 carries. I want to say he didn't get his first carry till like the end of the second quarter. So obviously you don't know he's hot until you actually give him the ball. But I mean, why do you wait that long to give him the ball when Torrey Blaylock is wasn't hot? Let's put it that way. He wasn't hot. I don't know. Now, looking at the stats, looking at the amount, just me, I like to look at how many times did we throw the ball versus how many times did we run the ball. We threw the ball 32 times, ran the ball like 28 times. So it's pretty balanced, okay? That 55-45 just going the opposite way pretty much. But the main problem that I'm having here is when you run the ball and you're averaging 5 yards a carry and you're going against an Ole Miss team that you don't want them to have the ball because they have a very explosive offense. And you have a defense that can contain that offense as long as they're not on the field for 90 plus effing plays. You would think that you have a good game plan there. Oh, not to mention, it's wet outside. So it promotes running the ball. You would think that, hey, let's run the ball this game. What's Ole Miss's weakness? Georgia shows you. Run the ball, right? I mean, hell, we averaged 5 yards a carry, so it worked for us too. Only problem is, as we stated before, as I was talking about all last week, you got two options. You can live and die under John Mateer, or you can live and die under the running game. And me as an Oklahoma fan, me that's somebody who's been an Oklahoma fan for my whole life, I'd much rather live and die off the running game versus John Mateer. And especially a running game that's not dead. A running game that's well alive against an Ole Miss team that's very explosive on offense and can't stop the run on defense. Sometimes I think that, I mean, we all know that common sense isn't common, so I don't know why I expect these things, because one would say common sense. Everything, the whole picture that was painted before the game told you to run the ball. and play good defense. Now, did we play good defense? Ole Miss put up 34 points on the board. But honestly, we played good defense. We really actually played good defense that game. Hard to understand. I get it. I understand. Hey, we're not used to giving up touchdowns. We knew that this Ole Miss team was going to get theirs. 100% they're going to get theirs. So being under the understanding that Ole Miss is going to get theirs, regardless of how long they have the ball, regardless of how many plays they have, why give them more opportunity to have the ball? They had the ball damn near a whole extra quarter than we had the ball. Why? Because we didn't trust our own identity. We didn't trust Oklahoma's DNA. A DNA that is working for you. A DNA that worked for you against South Carolina. Run the damn ball, man. Now, I'm very frustrated. Don't get me wrong. It's a very frustrating loss. We got a loss to a Texas team that is garbage. And then we got a loss to a very good Ole Miss team. Top 10 Ole Miss team. Now, that's not the problem, the fact that we lost to Ole Miss. It's how we lost to Ole Miss. When I told y'all the day before the game that if we lost to Ole Miss, it's going to remind you of the Texas game, I hit that on the head. This game reminded me of the Texas game because Ole Miss could move the ball and our offense was not trying to run the ball as much as we should have ran the ball. One, John Mateer's a quarterback. He's not a running back. So, do I want to see him run the ball? Yeah, you do want to see John Mateer run the ball. But when you have a capable running back right behind him that is on fire, okay, this isn't somebody who wasn't ready, who didn't perform. He was on fire. You got a defense that holds their running back under 100 yards. Obviously, their quarterback went crazy, but he went like 22 for 44. He went just barely over 50% with one touchdown pass. Now, defense is not a non-issue here, okay? Oklahoma just happened to be on the field a little bit too long, and what happens when we're on the field too long? You get winded. Do we have a lot of competitive depth? You damn right we do. But at the end of the day, once you allow Ole Miss to start clicking, it's over. It's a wrap. And they proved it to you right there. Now, what did I say? I said that this game wasn't about Brent Venables and Lane Kiffin. This game was going to be about our offensive coordinator versus their defensive coordinator. And another thing I hit on the head. That's exactly what this game was about. You got an offense that is capable of moving the ball and taking as much time off the clock as they possibly can, and they choose not to because they have John Mateer, somebody who we have too much trust in. John Mateer's not clicking right now. I don't know what's going on in his head. I don't know what happened but after the injury. He's missing wide open players. He's not hitting the schemed open receivers. He's trying to do too much. It's all in his head. And that's one thing that I was so worried about. I'm like, John Mateer, I really hope that this whole issue that you had against Texas was an injury thing and not a mentality thing. Because you've been in this system too long to have any mental issues. But this game right here pretty much lets you know that it's all in his head. Now, I know Mama Mateer's like, oh, she hates to see when the media, talks down on John Mateer. He's really putting his all into it. He better be putting his all into it, first of all. We expect nothing less than for you to put your all into it. No hurt feelings over here. Feelings do not matter over here, okay? Performance matters. Wins matter. You're at Oklahoma, baby. It's not Washington State no more, all right? We have standards here. And nothing, not Coach BV, not the president of the school, not the AD, not the GM, none of them are held above the standards that Oklahoma has and that Oklahoma has set for itself and that Oklahoma has provided for us to have the expectation. So when it comes to John Mateer, he's having an Arch Manning issue. And I hate to compare the two because Arch Manning is not good. Not at least not this year. He's been in his system for 3 years as well, and he's not looking good. John Mateer, you've been in this system for 3 years. You started off on fire. Of course, going back to who did we play? Clearly, it don't seem like we played too much of nobody because we got a gauntlet going forward. And we don't got no time for no mental mistakes. We don't got no time for no hurt feelings. And we ain't got no time for no BS when it comes to this Oklahoma team. We're here for the playoffs. We're here for the conference championship game, which that might be over with now. That might be out the window now. Now, don't get me wrong. SEC is demolishing each other. So do we still have an opportunity? Do we still have a chance? You damn right we got a chance. The year's not over for Oklahoma. Far from over. But I can guarantee you that if something don't click in that locker room, if those players aren't getting on each other's ass, if that coaching staff is not, which I have no doubt that they are doing this. Okay, they're getting on each other's ass. I got no doubt that they're pumping each other up. They're letting each other know you can't make these mistakes. I have no doubt in that. So me saying that really doesn't matter because you know that's happening. But it's got to switch now. Because Tennessee looks better than Ole Miss. Alabama looks better than Ole Miss. Now LSU, they just fired their coach. So, and Nick Anderson and Bauer Sharp, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Tough luck for that. That's why you don't quit on your team, though. I ain't gonna lie. That's why you don't give up on your team. But, man, it's just a disappointing loss. Now, obviously, the Texas loss is very disappointing. You can't, there's no way around it. But you don't expect too much different in the Red River rivalry game. It don't matter what team's number one. It don't matter if the other team is unranked. That's going to be a game year in, year out. No matter who the head coach is, no matter who the quarterback is, no matter what anything you got going on there, it's going to be a good game. Any team is liable to beat any team in that game. But when you beat yourself, like you did against Ole Miss, a team that would have looked really good as a W on our resume, by the way, it's just disappointing, man. Now, I couldn't make this video right after the game because I wouldn't have been as calm and collective as I am right now. Let's put it that way. But man, I just don't understand how we can go all week. All of us, we see it. I see it. You see it. All the content creators that are for Oklahoma see it. We all went into this game saying to run the ball. Saying that the run game was going to work. And the run game worked. You averaged 5 yards a carry. 4.9 to be exact. All you had to do was run the ball. You didn't have to. It could have looked just like the South Carolina game. John Mateer, you stay with your little 19 throws or whatever. We running the ball today. But no, we don't trust our guys. And what did I say? You give up on the run, you give up on your offensive linemen. So how do you expect your offensive linemen to get anything clicking? How do you expect your offensive linemen to get any confidence under those shoulder pads? How do you expect your offensive line to grow and be better if you don't give them the opportunity to do so? I'll tell you what. If I do good at something, I want a reward for it. Just like you. Just like everyone watching. You do something good, you want a reward for that. And our offensive line was not rewarded for the push that they were able to get against this Ole Miss team. averaging 5 yards a carry. Now, John Mateer didn't turn the ball over. You know, we did lose the turnover battle because Satanga decided whoever was controlling Satanga on that punt return, pressed triangle on accident. He made him hurdle, and then boom, fumble. Just like the game. Who knows why that happened or how that happened or what was going through his head? But we can't even really get on him like that because he went crazy this game. He had like 130 yards in the air. So, hey, this one of them games where, and I hate to say it, but the better coaching staff won this game. I don't know how else to say it. The better coaching staff won this game. You can't say that nobody on that field outside of John Mateer, you can't put the blame on them at all. We had like 8 penalties for 50 yards. They had like 6 penalties for 50 yards. The penalty battle was damn near dead even. Turnover battle, okay, yeah, we lost the turnover on the damn punt return, and I will not lie, that was a game changer. That was a game changer. Momentum, swing, all that, all the above. That killed us. But we wouldn't have to worry about that if we just ran the ball. Now, if we see more of the same going forward, if we go against Tennessee, if we go against Alabama, if we go against LSU, who else do we have this year after that? Let me look at the schedule real quick. All right, so yeah, Tennessee, Alabama, Missouri, and LSU. If we go into these games and we don't use John Mateer as what do they call it, a game manager, instead of trying to win him a Heisman, we might not win another game. I can guarantee you this defense is ready. This defense is ready. This defense wants it now. But anytime you let your defense on the field for 90 plus plays, you know what's going to happen. I don't have to tell you what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen. Because it happened. Tennessee, no pushover. Alabama, no pushover. Missouri, no pushover. Hell, LSU might come into that game pissed off. Can't sleep on them neither. Now we gotta go at least 3-1 to even be considered in any playoff conversation. And the way we've been playing lately, from the Texas game, honestly, I'll just say from the Texas game, from the 2 losses that we have, the way that we've played, if we continue that, over. Season done. Over with. Now, do I think that we're going to go 3-1? I think we can go 3-1. But I just don't think that this coaching staff understands the identity of this team. I think this coaching staff wants the identity of this team to be something other than what it actually is. And anytime that's the case, anytime that is a thought or that's something you have to worry about, that's a problem. And you're not winning that way. I don't really have too much else to say, man. Highly disappointed in this loss. Is it a good loss? If there's such thing as a good loss, yeah, it's a good loss. All right. Ole Miss didn't score on every single one of their possessions. You know, like how many times did we make Ole Miss punt? Let me look at that real quick. One moment, I'm sorry. I would have y'all in OBS so y'all can look at this with me, but we made them punt 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We made them punt 5 times. I want to say in the Georgia game, they might have had like 5 straight possessions of touchdowns. Something like that. That wasn't the case. Oklahoma's defense proved to you that they are better than Georgia's defense. Does the score reflect that? Let's see. The Georgia game, it was 43-35. They only put 34 points on us. So you damn right, Oklahoma just proved to you that their defense is better than Georgia's defense. But the problem is Oklahoma also proved to you that they don't trust their running backs. They don't trust their offensive linemen. And I hate to be the one putting that narrative out there, but I'm not speaking off of anything I'm not seeing. They're showing us that they don't trust that offensive line. They don't trust the running backs. No matter how good they do. Because they played their ass off, man. Don't get me wrong. They played their ass off. John Mateer, again, we just like the Texas loss. Only difference is you got to throw Ben Arbuckle under there too. They lost us the game. Our two new couple, the new couple here at Oklahoma, lost us the game. I don't know if Ben Arbuckle is trying to get John Mateer to win the Heisman or not, but Ben, those days are over with. All right, he's gonna have to come back next year for that. Heisman Trophy candidate, all that shit out the window. Let's just focus on winning games, okay? Let's just focus on winning games. And let's just focus on being ourselves. We're Oklahoma. We run the ball, and we're damn good at it. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer here. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. Do I still believe in this team? You damn right I still believe in this team. Do I believe that this team is good enough and talented enough to win? Yes. Do I think this team is good enough and talented enough to make the playoffs? Yes. But sometimes, man, it's hard winning games when you're playing against yourself. Whether it's John Mateer playing against his own head, playing head games against himself, or it's Ben Arbuckle not trusting the damn running game that's been working. Even I want to say this off the top. I want to say that X-Rob had 2 carries for like 70-something yards. Because one of those was the 65-yard run. And then he had another carry before that, which I want to say went for like maybe like 7 or more yards. After that, he carried the ball. And it's not like I think he had maybe 1 negative run. But outside of that, everything was like 5 or more damn near. And not to mention, we were up in the third quarter at some point. I don't know, y'all. Make it make sense to me, because it's not making any sense to me. I don't understand how we come out of this game with a loss the way we came out of this game with a loss. Or maybe I just understand it too well. We just don't trust the running game, even if it's working. You know, they say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. We tried to fix it, and we broke it. And I guess that might be our DNA. Damn shame. Bye.